Well, hello my beautiful Pisceans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your monthly reading for August. I can't believe that we are here already. The year really is flying on by, but here we are. Also, I just want you to be aware that I've opened a second competition to win a free personal reading from me. I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on though, because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know about the month of August? What is ahead for them at this time? What are they dealing with? How are they going to move through this time? Please enlighten them and expose anything that they should be aware of for the month of August. Now, you know, I've got to give it to you straight about the month of August. It's really a month of intense extremes, especially due to Mars squaring Venus and Jupiter squaring Saturn. A lot of people are talking about it, but I will get to that in a moment, because on a positive note, we are currently in the throes of Leo season. So on a personal level, it's time to let out the inner roar, follow your passions, allow yourself to shine, and basically take center stage in your life, okay? Now, this is about honoring your body, your energy, your self-care needs, pampering yourself a little if possible, maybe doing a little something for you, loving yourself a little harder, but most importantly, it's about valuing your worth and remembering to wear your invisible crown. Walk tall and walk proud with gravitas and empowerment as you embrace that go-getting spirit, prioritize what's truly important to you whilst making time for a little power nap along the way. It's a month to be disciplined, of course, and to remain on course whilst carving out time for fun. Maybe take a vacation or book one if you've just come back from one. Maybe book a little trip away, something to look forward to if you're lucky enough to be able to do that. Also, there will be some fluctuations in mood. Now, this could manifest in clashes or conflicts, okay, because the energy is a little bit intense. So this might occur this month to try and dampen things. But anything that is argued about, it will be resolved. So I want you to be aware of that. One moment you may embrace your warrior spirit, and then the next leap into a chasm of emotion. Because Leo season is actually teaching us not to sweat the small stuff this time round, to embrace the opportunity for balance as we all jostle with this energy, okay? So be your fabulous self, but also grab that metaphorical surfboard. You may need it for this month, and get ready to ride those waves that are going to come towards you. Now, there is a lot of critical energy this month. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't actually know where to start, so I will start with basically the Lionsgate portal. It's going to be lifting us all up into a high frequency glory. Very positive. It's providing us a portal of prosperity, abundance, and good luck. A gateway to intense manifestation, spiritual healing, and growth, especially for the heart chakra. Now, this portal, it's been open from the 28th of July and it will close on the 12th of August. However, the most powerful day is on the 8th of August. And this is the bringer of abundance date. So plan a ritual or maybe just take a moment of stillness to visualize and make a wish on this date. The 8-8 portal is also connected to wealth. So utilize the energy to its full potential as money-making ideas head towards you, and also curveballs of actual luck. Now, I do want to sort of let you know that there is going to be some difficult energy. So if you don't want to hear about any of the negative, please fast forward this bit. I mean, there is always a positive to be found, and I will mention it, but if you are not interested in finding out how the astrological planetary alignments affect the global energy, then I would say fast forward right now and get straight to when I have all the cards and I'm talking about them individually, okay? I'll see you on the other side if that's you. And if you want to stick around to hear what's next, then here we go. Hold on to that surfboard that I mentioned and get ready for a little dip. Now, the dreaded Mercury retrograde, it graces us with its presence, and this happens all the time. I want people to be aware. But this time it's doubling down in the sign of Virgo. It really loves to kick up a storm with your electrical equipment, communications, shakes up perceptions of reality too. So there could be some power outages or even glitches that are going to become a little bit more of the norm, regular occurrences there. Save down any important documents, you know, financial statements, anything that you're working on as well, so that you don't lose it. You have a document of all that you have. Always have candles, torches to hand too. It's only just in case. And of course, communications, quotes, get them in writing to avoid misunderstandings. The usual standard fare for a Mercury retrograde. But of course, this too shall pass, and it will pass as a blip because it doesn't last very long. It's only one aspect of a Mercury retrograde. Every negative has a positive. So we can actually embrace this energy to utilize it to revisit something, improve something, rethink something, or even course correct to enhance an area of your life that, you know, needs a little bit of a boost. But this is the critical energy. After that dip, we have a major shakeup as Jupiter squares Saturn on the 19th and Mars squares Venus on the 22nd. Now, I want you to be aware that on a personal level, this could manifest in terms of Jupiter being very positive, planet of good luck and expansion. It squares Saturn, which means clashes Saturn, which is very strict. It is a hard taskmaster. So it can mean that you're going to get some extra luck on endeavors that were really hard, and you've been working hard towards accomplishing something, and you've invested a lot of energy, and you've been really strict with yourself, and you know you've had tunnel vision towards a goal. Expect good luck on that, because Saturn and Jupiter is actually rewarding you with that. But also, if you haven't been working on something and you know you're expecting some good returns, and you've just been like, oh well, I'll see how it goes, and you've not been investing any energy, then of course Jupiter is going to pass you by. And then Mars squares Venus. Venus being the planet of love, communication. It could mean there's a misunderstanding with a person that you love, because Mars is a very fiery planet. It can cause conflict. So it means things will resolve, but there could be a bit of tension. So I want you to be aware that that is how that dynamic could play out in your personal life. But also, you know, this clash of energy, it really is a big deal. It's highly pressurized, combustible energy, and we often go through challenging times during this period. But there's always a lesson to be learned from it. So if you do feel extra tested round about the 19th to the 22nd, you know, stop and ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? And the answer can actually transform your situation for the better. Now, this energy, it can make us feel super practical, to sit up, pay attention, and get organized and serious about the direction of our lives. And of course, the squares that I mentioned, you know, they occur in some mutable signs, which can often increase societal tensions on a global scale. And sadly, it has the potential to create bigger divides, but Venus does work extra hard this month to bring people together. There will be a jostle of energy, so astrologically, as tensions rise, people take back their power, and with Leo season in full flow, it's connected to the sun. It reveals where we can grow together rather than apart. So actually, there is a positive spin on it too. You know, the clash of energy, it will impact us all from the 19th right through to June 2025. I know that's a long way away. Things are going to get a little bit weird, a little bit wild. I feel like, you know, anyone who's stuck around to hear this part, you know it, you can feel it intuitively yourself. There may be some extreme behaviors, some shocks, plot twists, and also we have that blue full moon on the 19th of August too. I mean, of course we do. Why wouldn't we? To increase all of that energy and intensify the outcomes. However, you know, these major changes, they can be for the positive. They may shock us because we've not experienced it before, but there's always a positive on the other side. Now, of course, if you're looking to purchase real estate, for example, you could see some reductions in price. I do see a brief financial correction that will occur. It will be brief. you know, before it's actually U-turned. Also, there's some strong solar flares this month, which also influence pressure on the earth. So earthquakes, volcanic combustible energy, you know, these things happen all the time, but they just may be a little bit more strong or increased in their frequency. So I want you to be aware of that, okay? But we're actually firmly in the flow of reshaping landscapes right now, both spiritually, economically, energetically, politically, and socially. You all know this. You can all feel it. We may even see some figures in authority be replaced suddenly by unexpected candidates, and a reneging of promises, even a restructure of systems that push things too far or to the limit, which means that the only thing left to do is transform. And of course, all things change. We all know that. And it can feel uncomfortable during this shift, but this month is actually the gateway to what you want to change for the better. So remember that you're protected and directed towards great opportunities to marvel at the wonderful you, how you show up for yourself and others every single day. Be proud of you. Be proud of all you are sustaining, maintaining, and creating right now, despite how difficult things are. And you are a tower of power in all your glorious sovereignty. You've got this, okay? So this month, you know, a lot of change going on, a lot of shifts, but a lot of positives as well. And I can see that you've got some really positive energy, but it is balanced out with a little bit of devil energy, okay? You got the devil card twice. You saw me shuffle. I can't choose the cards for you, but the devil card has shown up. So something has been pressuring you, or you've been feeling a lot of weight on your shoulders right now. You may feel a bit stuck in something. You're trying to formulate a plan or brainstorm a way out of something or a way into something, and you're trying really hard to restructure. I mean, you got the Tower as well. So these cards are very similar to what Scorpio got. So maybe there's like a trend with the water elements right now. But on the other side, there is a gift from the universe. There is goodness. There is positivity. There is balance. There is harmony. I actually see some awesome news coming towards you right at the end of August. But I feel, I mean, your first card there is the Four of Wands. So there is something to celebrate there. But with the Devil card, this is about the shadow self. So some of you are doing a deep dive on your emotions in order to turn your life around. You know, to be informed and resolve the past can strengthen your present moment and be a gateway to happiness for the future. So you're leaving something big behind this month. Also, some of you may have been wrestling with temptation recently. Whether you are trying to, you know, move away from a substance, or perhaps you're trying to be really strict with yourself on a diet or on a budget or on a lifestyle choice, and you feel a little bit tempted. Perhaps that temptation comes when there is a fluctuation of emotions. When pressure hits, for example, you may have like a go-to pattern that perhaps, you know, feels familiar, but at the same time is not positive for you. So you may be really identifying that right now so that you can basically correct it or take charge of it. Because, I mean, the Moon card is also a fluctuation of energy. And I feel for some of you, especially with the Death card there, some of you are feeling a little bit stuck and your emotions or hormones are changing and you're just feeling a little bit like in the washing machine of life. Even though there's some really great things happening for you, you may feel that you have a goal, but you may feel uncertain about how to get there. But the universe is going to give you a helping hand, okay? So if you're one of those Pisceans who are feeling a bit stuck right now, because the Devil card represents that, it can indicate you're a little bit nervous of change or a little bit anxious right now about something that you're very uncertain about, know that by the end of August, you will identify the next steps, you will find a solution, and you'll be very clear about the direction that you're taking your life in. Now, let me pull a card on that Devil card. It is the protagonist energy, and it's also the near future position. So I feel like you could have been going through a lot of tension, or perhaps you feel like you are currently in an environment that is not good for you. Could be a toxic job, could be a toxic relationship, toxic dynamic in the family home, could be a toxic friendship, for example. So whatever it is for you, I feel like you're looking at this dynamic right now so that you can purify it, because the Moon is to reveal the hidden. So some of you are looking at, like, as I said, a go-to pattern, a cycle repeat that feels familiar, but you feel it's not working for you anymore, or it just doesn't feel right anymore. Like, for example, because my guides are saying, for example, I'd like them to give me the example. That would be a wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. I just heard, nope, you're on your own. Give an example. So, you know, I always get tested as well. But for example, like when I feel extra stressed or pressurized, you know, I may reach for like a packet of chocolate biscuits, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have 2 of those. I was deciding not to go down that route. But then if I feel like extra pressure or sad, or, you know, sometimes, you know, we go through moods. The moods fluctuate. It's natural human nature. If anyone tells you that they're happy all the time, you know, either that person is avoiding something, or, you know, they're just basically not being 100% with the truth. I mean, of course, I know some people who are super happy most of the time, but they will occasionally open up and say, yeah, I've been dealing with this, but I don't want to wallow in it. That's something different, okay? That's a choice. So I feel right now you're trying not to wallow in something, or you're trying not to allow this process of something that either is making you fearful or making you feel a bit anxious. It's almost like when we think about the future, right? Because you have a card here, which is the 7 of Pentacles. And that, as you can see, is a telescope looking to the future, or perhaps this is about you searching outside your usual parameters, exploration mode, as it were. When we start to project ourselves into the future of what could happen or what we want to happen, suddenly all this anxiety starts to raise, because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be like, okay, I want this life that I'm aspiring to. How can I get it? Oh my gosh, I'm not even close to there yet. So what are the next steps? Okay, if I diligently work towards it, oh my gosh, it could be a long time. And we start to really like have that conversation in our heads, and we start to kind of like feel a little bit in free fall. So I feel some of you, there's something that's triggered about the future here. And I feel also there's this energy of the past, because there's the 5 of Cups there. So some of you could be lamenting either something that you felt should have gone a certain way and it didn't, and you feel a little bit like, you know, discombobulated, and you're trying to find your way back after that disappointment. Some of you, it could be that, you know, you feel there are certain missing ingredients from your life right now, and you're not sure how to break through this stuckness in order to get there. Whatever it is for you, yeah, the universe is giving you a helping hand. So that 4 of Cups, you know, the 4 of Cups is you've tried a lot of things, and perhaps they worked out to a certain degree, but they're just not fulfilling anymore, or you may feel something isn't working right now, or you just feel like everything remains the same and nothing changes. Well, that hand from the universe comes in and says, here, this is more emotionally rewarding. This is a gift from me. This is prosperity. So I really feel there is a nice surprise happening for you in the month of August. I mean, it's coming in at the end of August for you. As you can see, the hands of the universe. When you've got a 6 of Pentacles, it means suddenly the universe bestows some extra prosperity, or some extra wisdom, or some extra love or knowledge, or some sort of abundance coming towards you that you were not expecting, but perhaps you were hoping for. So I definitely see divine intervention happening here for you. Now also the 4 of Cups, it can indicate that you feel life is just the same old thing, just a different day, especially with the Devil card twice. It can indicate that you are feeling a little bit bored of a structure or a cycle of repeat. And August is the month to come out of that comfort zone. August is the month of letting go of things that just don't feel emotionally rewarding, or if there's sort of a structure that you do day to day and you think, oh, okay, well, I'm just on autopilot. Remember, especially if it's in a job, if you're doing something day to day and it doesn't feel fulfilling, then of course there needs to be a re-examination and maybe a different approach to make it a little bit more interesting, or you know, be a little bit more enthusiastic about it, to learn a different aspect or angle of it. But if that's not possible, I see you changing the way that you deal with it, or moving away from it, letting it go perhaps, in order to receive another opportunity that is more fulfilling. And when we do something day to day, and it's the same, it means we're actually mastering it. It means that we are becoming a pro at what we do. So actually, sometimes you hear that people who are like genius level, that they're so good at their craft, whatever their craft is, whether it is they play a violin, or they are someone who crunches numbers, or they are a carer, or they you know, work in catering, or they're an artist. You know, this is, it's like you do something that's like in the motions. You know what to do because you've been conditioned, you've learnt, you've got to practice, but you are the best at what you do because you do it so well. It's like second nature. It's like you're on autopilot with something, but you may feel you've hit a level or a plateau in your life where you kind of still love the things that you do, but you're hoping for something else, or you want something to change that feels a little bit more exciting or thrilling. So I feel some of you are looking for that lust for life there, or trying to reignite a spark there in some way, and I definitely see that you're going to be able to do that. Now, I got to be honest, I have to say that this month, August, for you is going to be pretty busy, okay? I feel some of you are going to have some time-sensitive things to look at, whether these are contracts that need to be signed, or perhaps you're signing new service agreements, or you are looking at like expiry dates for contracts, or passport, visa, that sort of thing. I feel you need to revisit something because it may have an expiry date. So I definitely see that's happening there. For some of you with the Devil card and the Death card, and I hate to give this message, but I feel some of you, you may have got this news already, but some of you may have like a landlord who has like suddenly thrown a spanner in the works and said, you know what, I'm actually going to sell the property, so you need to find perhaps a new place to live. Some of you may get that message if you haven't already, okay? This is something that intuitively you felt was going to happen. So I feel it doesn't come as a complete surprise, but I mean, for some of you, it may shock some because you do have the Tower there. I didn't choose the cards. They popped out. I have to give you the cards that you get, but the Tower is in a great position because it's in the resistance position, which means that it's not a disaster. It may surprise you, but it actually works out in your favor. You're protected. If the Tower was in any other position, like the earthly plane, the potential or the outcome, then I'd say there's something big that may shock you that you may have to really deal with, so prepare. But actually, I see that, you know, it's more of a pleasant surprise. It works out even better. So it could be that, say, for example, your landlord comes in and changes something, or asks for more money, or basically decides to sell the property that you're living in. You may feel a little bit disgruntled or sad because you have a lot of memories there. You feel comfortable where you're at, and you're like, oh, what a complete headache that I now have to find somewhere else. But when you find somewhere else, that other place is going to be way better than the place that you had, maybe even for less money as well. So I feel it works in your favor, whatever this is. Now, I feel like a lot of you with that Devil card twice, you may be under pressure in terms of projects. I feel like you got a lot on your plate. A lot of you are working at capacity right now, and I definitely see that there is some respite. There is a return to better times, a return to fun here for you. But a lot of you with that shadow self and the Six of Cups, some of you may be really resolving some very difficult emotions from childhood. There is an energy here of nostalgia, but it doesn't have to be from childhood. I'm just really tapping into the energy of the rocking horse on this. So some of you are perhaps looking at the journey that you've had, how strong you've been, how it made you who you are right now, and that you really are a tower of power because of the experiences you had. You know, it doesn't make it right that you had those experiences, and for some of you, there was some trauma there, and I feel like you're doing a deep dive this month, so it could get pretty emotional for you, but it actually transforms the way that you feel about it to free you from it, okay? So that it's not baggage that is like weighing heavy upon you. There's a lighter energy as you move out of the month. Now also, of course, the Death card, it's in the resistance position because it's in the reverse there in this position. This can indicate, as I said, a feeling of being stuck, or a feeling that nothing changes. For some of you, you may have felt that no matter what you do, there's always pressure and you're really trying to just spin a lot of plates in your world. The end of August is actually really nice energy for you. Things get easier. There's time for fun, letting your hair down, invitations. If you haven't received invitations, recently to something, I feel like there's definitely one coming through for you, and I feel it actually transforms a friendship or a relationship, and you may even meet some new people at this event that's going to be with you for life. There's some really exciting energy there where I feel people are coming together, you find your soul tribe. It almost feels like as well, some of you may receive like some sort of invitation to a reunion, okay? Or it could be like an invitation from a person from your past that is thinking about you and says, hey, what are you up to? I really miss you. I've been thinking about you a lot. Life just got in the way. Let's meet up. Let's catch up. So I feel some of you will actually receive that from someone that you haven't seen for a long time, okay? Now also, we've got the Moon card. So there's a lot of energy here. The self, the shadow self, self-reflection. So I feel a lot of you are thinking about your identity, who you are, how you express yourself, where you feel like you cannot express yourself, who basically lifts you up, who doesn't. But this is all about inner thoughts. So when we get into inner thought territory, I feel like you got a lot on your mind right now. Some of you are trying to find comfort in life. You're building a life of stability, but also you want to retain your sense of independence. Some of you may be like connecting to a sense of duality. So some of you may be doing 2 jobs or setting up a second stream of income or a side hustle. Some of you may be looking at where you spend your time, where you give away your energy and it's not reciprocated, where you feel undervalued, unappreciated, and you're readdressing the balance. I mean, your 6th house of daily routines is actually influencing you at the beginning of the month. So I'm not surprised that now you're in your head, because the 6th house, it can feel a little bit dull or boring. It can feel like nothing's really happening. It's basically about your schedules, focusing on work, paying bills, savings plans, budgets, keeping your life running smoothly, repayment plans, your responsibilities and tasks. So some people feel like, nothing really is changing here. There's no progress. But actually you are making progress, and some of the most important progress is to make life run smoothly. So I feel that 6th house, I love it. I feel it, it organizes us, it keeps us ticking over, and it keeps us on track. Also, your 12th house, and that's why I'm not surprised. I'm actually seeing a 12 in the water right now for you. So either 12, the 12th of August is going to be super important for you. Maybe 12 is important. Maybe you're about to get a new property and it's actually number 12. So please take it as it resonates. It could also be that you're about to go for a new job or an opportunity and the building is number 12 or is the 12th floor. So please take it as it resonates. But your 12th house is actually influencing you. So it's going to be deep this month for you. Deep thinking, soul searching, the deepest part of your chart. So I'm not surprised really to see the Devil card, the Transformation card, which is the Death card, and the Moon card. This is a very sensitive chart where basically, you connect to your higher self on a spiritual path. You develop a deeper sense of awareness. You receive important messages this month for your personal growth, and you may feel like withdrawing during part of it, but I feel it's really important to not just be in your head, okay? It's healthy to like come out of that sometimes and connect to friends, go out there. So I do see some invitations coming in, so do connect to those as well, just so you have that level of balance. If you've been super busy recently, this is the month to really kick back and find some respite. Also, the Moon card, it indicates that there is a hidden opportunity being orchestrated by the universe to come your way. So a sudden surprise happening. And I feel a lot of you are focusing more on your dreams and your goals. There's going to be a lot of messages in your dreams in the next month. So pay close attention. If you're someone who remembers your dreams, I feel like there's at least one dream you're certainly going to remember. Whether you tend to remember dreams or not, there's one that you will remember. It may contain a message for you about your personal development, okay? It's a positive note. I want you to be aware. Now let's get to your Celtic cross. We have an energy of celebration. 4 Wands, some of you may be taking a trip to go to someone's birthday, or you may be invited to a wedding, or you may be actually going to a festival. This card is about celebrating the wonderful you, but spending time in good company. 4 Wands also is an energy of success. You know, who deserves a place at your success table? This is about you looking at your dynamics and relationships and the people that you surround yourself with. Has someone changed in your group? Are they detaching? Are they withdrawing? Is there a way that you can communicate with them that offers them a safe space to let you know what they're going through? Is it vice versa? Are you detaching? Are you going through something and you don't tend to share it? Because I feel like you have some really good people around you who really care about you. So if you're going through something really difficult right now, you're going through your shadow self, which, you know, we can only reach the light by going through the dark. So I feel some of you, you're going through a period of transformation, a transition. You're doing a lot of changing and restructuring in your life. And this may have been something that you've been doing for quite some time. Lifestyle changes, changes in your home, in maybe even your working environment. I feel it's important to recognize everything changes, and this month is all about change, but it's change for the better. So whatever restructure you're going through, you will celebrate it. Also, that 4 Wands, this is about letting your hair down and having fun. You know, life is too short to be wallowing in the negative. Of course, we have to face the negative so that we can transform it. And I definitely see that you are transforming it here. I really get a sense here that you are building a life of comfort, of stability. It's hard to keep on the path of that because life is, very difficult. It throws a curveball at you every so often, and you're riding that wave. But I definitely see that there's some really great things to celebrate in the month of August. And in particular, I feel second week of August and the last week of August. Really great news. One surprise that is coming towards you at the end of August that you're going to love. It feels financial in terms of its nature, but we will get to it when we get to it. Four Wands is basically spending a lot of time focusing on your home as well, building your home as your sanctuary. For some of you, because the Tower is present, it's a crossing card over that Four of Wands. There may be some changes in your home space. Some of you may be doing some DIY, restructuring. You may even have a neighbor who is doing some DIY, and it could cause some tension. Maybe that's what the Devil card is about. Now, this tension could come in the form of noise. So it could be that it wakes you up super early in the morning, and you're like, come on, this is my day off, or come on, you shouldn't start that early. I need some sleep. So some of you could see some restructure there that could be negative, but if you're that neighbor who is doing the reconstruction, perhaps it's really neighborly to pop a little note in to say, hey, look, it's unavoidable, got to do this reconstruction. There's going to be a bit of noise. It's probably going to last for a couple of weeks. We're going to do our best to limit it to certain times so that it is livable. If there is a critical time for you that perhaps would not be good for the noise to be occurring, please let us know and we'll try and work around it. If it's unavoidable, then of course it's nice to let people know, okay? Now also that Tower energy, there's an energy here as a crossing card, that anything that has a potential to reconfigure your current circumstances, it feels like you're protected. You avoid like a difficult situation. And I feel this is because you're highly intuitive. The Moon card is like, use your instincts. So this could be, for example, okay, so for example, with the Tower, it's like if you're out and about and you are in a crowd of people and there is a potential for someone to pickpocket you, intuitively you're like, oh, I'm in a crowd of people, I should probably zip up my pocket, okay, and make sure that everything's fine. Intuitively, your body just reminded you, your mind just said, hey, be mindful of this, and then you avoid it, right? So I feel like you're going through that at the middle of the month. So whether you're in like a festival or you're in a crowd of people, I feel like you avoid it, whatever it is, but you clock onto it. It's like you see a person's motivations. So do watch out for that. I'm not saying be paranoid at all, because you just naturally do this, whatever it is, okay? So that's coming out there as well. Also, if some of you feel like you have lost out on something, whether it's something that you need compensation for, or whether it is you're going through illegality at this time, I do see you getting compensation. For some of you, if you're traveling, there could be like a major delay, okay? Now, it could be that either, and I feel some of you have just gone through this actually, because the energy is kind of like past to present. That's how I feel the energy in a reading. It feels like either a luggage was lost or perhaps a flight was like really delayed. There's compensation, because I'm getting an energy. If you're traveling, there's compensation, which tends to mean there's some sort of delay. If you're about to go away on a vacation, I feel it could be frustrating. There is some sort of delay, but if it's over a certain time, do seek compensation. Don't give up. Don't let them pass you off. I feel they will give you something that is fair, okay? Now, for a lot of you with the Tower, some of you have just gone through a shock or something that you feel like you need to adjust in your life. I feel like you're secure in this. It actually is going to work out in your favor, whatever it is, okay? Because the King of Pentacles is on the earthly plane position for you. So that is a card of security. It's a card of stability. And it's a card of, making sure that you protect yourself and everybody that you care about. So the Tower, I mean, a lot of signs are getting the Tower for the month of August, and I've already explained why. There's some critical energy about, but it's in the resistance position. So you read the upright and the reverse. So it's like there could be a shock or a surprise news that you hear about, but it doesn't directly affect you. So you could hear something about somebody else and it surprises you and you're like, whoa, that's intense. But it doesn't affect you directly, is what I see there. Also, the Tower, it's a liberation from a very stuck situation. So if you are getting the Devil card in a reading, which means you're feeling stuck, the Tower is really a positive card. It means you're given an opportunity from the universe to take a leap of faith, to become unstuck. So sudden epiphanies, realizations, and opportunities for change are here for you. Change is good for you this month. The Tower can also be a chance to rebuild. I mean, of course, there's going to be a lot of electrical storms and things like that going on in certain places, but that's nothing new. These things happen in the earth all the time, but it could be more intense where you are this month. So again, it's something to look out for there. But what I love about the Tower, because it is a Scorpio Aries card, and I'm a Scorpio, of course, this is a card that basically breaks through illusions. Anything that is not stable in your life is falling away. Okay, whether it's a person who's inconsistent with you, got a Two of Pentacles there, whether it is an opportunity that was offered to you and then never showed up, everything is being stripped down right now for simplicity, so that you can only receive things where you know where you're at, where there is a foundation of stability. So I definitely see that it's working in your favor. Also, some surprises and shocks, and you have two cards here that back it up, the Moon card and the Six of Pentacles. This shock or surprise is actually going to be really positive for you, okay? I feel something is being offered to you that you're not readily available to see right now, and I feel it's going to surprise you, but it's elevating you. Remember, when we have higher frequencies, and if you think about a lightning bolt as a higher frequency that comes in, it is to level up in life. So I feel frequencies are changing for you to basically be more independent, to either strike out on your own, launch a new business, launch a new idea, launch a new relationship. I would say these things, being in the planning stages of it during a Mercury retrograde, but then launch it after the Mercury retrograde. But I definitely see whatever it is you're connecting to, it has a positive outcome that brings peace, brings harmony and reciprocity and good fortune as well there. Now, the King of Pentacles, this is the earthly plane. The main energy I'm getting from this, it's almost like this month, it's kind of business as usual, okay? It feels very much like you're in your tasks and responsibilities mindset. It feels like you're wearing many caps this month, where you're just basically spinning plates, okay? You're going to be very busy. Two of Pentacles tells me that you're going to be pushed and pulled in quite a few directions, but you will find time for fun. And there's some invitations coming in. For some of you, you may actually receive an invitation that shocks you, okay? It could be from someone you haven't heard from in a while. It could be that they're getting married. You're like, whoa, I haven't heard from this person in ages. Why are they inviting me to their wedding? Weird. But it could also be that, you receive an invitation from an ex, for example, because Mercury retrograde really connects to people from the past, and it could be that they reach out. But with that Five of Cups, I feel like this person, especially if it's an ex, it could be that a person ghosted you or basically made you feel alone. And I feel there's an energy of you like tempted, but at the same time, we've got the Death card and the Six of Cups. It's like there's nostalgia there, but with the Two of Pentacles, you're undecided as to whether you want to be in this person's energy. There has to be reciprocity. So I feel like you may be conflicted whether you meet up with them. With that Six of Cups, I feel like, how can I put it? It's almost like the memory of them and the thought of meeting up with them is actually better than the reality. So if you do meet up with this person, I feel like you're going to kind of look at this person, especially if they're an ex, and go, what did I ever see in you? Okay, I've moved on. So I really feel it's that kind of energy, okay? Now, the King of Pentacles also indicates that some of you are talking about promotions at this time. There could be a new role coming in that brings more status or more responsibility, and you will be financially recompensed for it. Not all signs are getting this. I feel some of you could be offered a bonus or incentive to take on more work. Some of you may actually have been doing a little bit more work in the office or wherever it is that you work, and it's not gone on on notice. I feel like there's a little bonus coming in there. Some of you may see an increase in your finances as well. Now, also the King of Pentacles, it is a card of, stability. It's a card of being serious about your goals, being very ambitious. So I definitely see that, some of you are trying to project to the future of the lifestyle that you aspire to and thinking about next steps. You're in the planning stages of making something happen. And I feel like you really are a pro at whatever it is you're doing right now. And actually, some of you may feel that you've reached a plateau in some way and you need to break through that glass ceiling. I definitely see there's an opportunity to do that. Some of you, especially with the Six of Cups and the Death card, it feels like some of you may end a way of working. Doesn't mean you're leaving a company, or if you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that you're leaving your company. It could be that you return to a way of working that you used to love, or you return to a project that you used to love, or maybe even industry that you used to love, maybe even an idea that you thought you would like to really investigate a little bit further. But I just get this energy of you revisiting something and making it into something really spectacular. So whether it's an idea, screenplay, piece of art, whether it's basically an opportunity to step into a new role, I definitely see it's going to be beneficial and actually financially rewarding. Now, some of you, this could be that you're setting up an entrepreneurship, becoming your own boss, because this card is a boss card. So this is about, being serious about your path, running your own business, creating wealth, you being someone who is attracting more and also securing what you have already. Now, on a more localized level, it could be that some of you are securing your property. You may think about getting like, one of those bells that you ring and you can see who's at the door, like an intercom. Some of you may be installing one of those, or perhaps you have an issue with one of those and you have to fix it. For some of you, you may be thinking about a security kind of gate, or maybe cameras, something like that. That's not going to resonate with everyone, and I don't see any reason why. I don't see anything negative here, but I feel it's like some of you may fear that there are some reasons why you should have one. So some of you beautiful Pisceans may actually do that. I see that you are secure, but if you want to do that, of course, you should absolutely go and do that. But I feel you need to be aware that you're also protected. Okay, so that's coming through there too. Now, King of Pentacles, all about your ambition. And you've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is in the past position. Some of you are at that fork in the road, but you're thinking about your financial future. So you're working really hard to build your finances, build a pension pot. Also, the Seven of Pentacles means you have a choice to make about your future right now. So whether you've just come out of college, whether you're in training for something and you have to decide, which area to really focus on, whether you are thinking about getting a second stream of income or moving to a new neighborhood, it feels like you're getting clear on what you want, you are focusing on it, and you're keeping your eye on the prize. You've been diligently working towards something that you may have felt you cannot see progress in right now, because you may feel that you're at the same level. You're really busy, you're working really hard, but it still seems that you are in the same place, especially economically, because you have a lot of pentacles here. We've had a lot of fluctuations in the economy, interest rates high, all of the food and all the purchases increased in price. So you may feel like your wages were not negotiated and you didn't get like a higher amount there. So you've had to deal with life increasing around you, but at the same time, it feels like your money has been dwindling in some way. But I definitely see here that you're going to have just a little bit more in your pocket this month. I feel, yes, as soon as it comes in, you're going to be paying your bills. So I feel you're going to be able to reshuffle in a way to save a little bit more money. As you can see, you've got a Seven of Pentacles there, and you've got the King of Pentacles in the sort of earthly plane position. So some of you are getting strict with your budget, being serious about a financial plan, and we've got the Six of Pentacles as your outcome. So it means that you either find better deals, you do not compromise quality, and you actually find a way to save a little bit more. There's more money in your pocket this month than there has been in some other months there as well. Now, the Five of Cups is a card of feeling isolated or alone. okay? And we've got the Tower there. So this is like you being a tower of power, restructuring your life. When you start to level up, especially spiritually, sometimes it's a very alienating path. You know, there may also be something that you feel like you have to do on your own right now, which can feel a little bit nerve-wracking, but I feel like you've got this, okay? The Five of Cups, it's a card of independence, and that you don't need anybody, but it's important to have people around you. I feel there's this real lament, though. So for some of you, it could be that you're looking for a missing ingredient in your life right now. If you feel like you've been working really hard and there is not much opportunity for fun, I feel like, you know, the Four of Wands says you're seeking for fun. You're seeking, you know, a return to happier times. You're seeking friendships. You're seeking your soul tribe. You're seeking, like, that lust for life, that time where you can go out and let your hair down, and you shall find it. The universe is going to help you find what you need. I'm hearing that song. I can't get no satisfaction. Rolling Stones. So some of you, it feels like no matter what you do right now, it just feels like there's more to do, or it feels like it's never enough, okay? So you could be dealing with some people who, no matter what you do for them, it always feels like it's never enough, or you always feel like they're disappointed. It could also feel that you've got a lot of pressure on your shoulders right now, and this Five of Cups, it feels like you haven't quite accomplished what you set out to do. You may feel like you should be further along on your path, but know that the universe is giving you a little plot twist, because you're meant to have these experiences to make you stronger. And then you're being rewarded here with that Six of Pentacles. There's something really great happening here for you too. Now, the Five of Cups, we've got the Death card here as well. I have to acknowledge that some of you, not all of you, you may have gone through a bereavement recently, and it really shook your foundations, okay? I'm sending you a huge hug out there. You are in the period of rebuilding. There's so much love I'm sending to you, but there are no words of comfort, I'm sure, as you know, that can be offered in this situation. Grief will be a wave of emotions that you are literally going to have to deal with as and when it comes. Sometimes you're going to feel numb. Sometimes you're going to feel detached. Sometimes you're going to feel practical, like you're in organizational mode and you don't want to think about it, or you can't think about it, or you're not thinking about it. And then suddenly it hits you like a train. So it's going to be a process. And I'm sending you so much love, so many hugs out there. I feel, and this message has come up for another sign. You know, I don't like to repeat myself, but if it comes up again, I got to be honest. I feel like this person will send you coins. They're going to send you coins in unusual places to let you know that they're laughing and joyful and happy, and they love you. And they want you to know that they're around you. So if you find a random coin or penny somewhere, whether it's in your shoe, on your pillow, in your bed, whether it's like on the mantelpiece or outside on your doorstep, wherever it is, know that this coin is for you. It was placed there on purpose to say, hey, remember me? I'm still around and I love you. So I want you to be aware of that, and with a lot of love. Sorry, I got true chills here because I feel like someone's experienced that just recently. So I'm sending you a huge hug, a lot of love, and with a lot of respect, I'm going to disconnect from that energy, because we do have that Five of Cups and the Death card there. So some of you may have been feeling alone in your grief, or you feel that you've needed to withdraw in order to really like get clear on some emotions. Even if the person was like super complex on the earthly plane, you know, there's a lot of unconditional love here, okay? So moving on, we have the Devil card. With the Five of Cups, for some of you, you're definitely cutting something out that's toxic, something that's not working for you, something that's making you feel bloated or lethargic, or this could be, especially with the Moon card, you reflecting on detoxifying. You know, the Tower is a restructure. The Death card twice is change. This is like the end of something that has been bothering you, that has been making you feel that you're not operating on full cylinders. So I feel like you identify a root cause of something that has been causing you a problem. So for example, if you have intense highs and crashing lows, it could be that you've located that something that you really love is giving you that reaction, and you formulate a plan to cut it out forever. Even though you may be tempted to connect to it, let me get my teeth back in my mouth there. I feel it's really important to recognize, yeah, it's the inner battle, the Five of Wands there. But I see that you conquer it. whatever it is. So you are strong enough. You're stronger than the temptation is what I'm being given. You've got strong willpower. You're being super serious about this time. Yeah, you're moving on from it. And actually you're being guided. Know that, your guides in spirit and people who really care about you, who have transitioned, are actually taking you away from this and these challenging times as well. Whether it's something that you're connected to that you want to cut out, whether it's substance or something diet related or a toxic relationship or a toxic environment. I feel like you're moving on. Better times lie ahead. If some of you have been under pressure with that Five of Wands, this can be that there's been a lot of stress or pressure or even bickering or fighting or tension. That Six of Swords indicates with peace you move on. Also, some of you are a little bit conflicted about coming out of your comfort zone, restructuring something in your life. Whether you're moving to a new neighborhood, you may be feeling a little bit nervous, or you're about to do something radically different with your life and you just feel it's challenging. Know that you're protected during these times. Six of Swords indicates that you've gone through a test, but now you're coming out the other side. You've passed the test and now you move into much more calmer waters and you're being guided, you're being protected at this time. Now, some of you with that Five of Wands, this can indicate that you are wanting to challenge yourself. You want to challenge yourself to experience new things. And for some of you, you may find that you're alone in that. You may feel that you want to go off and do things that other people perhaps don't want to do, or you're interested in things that other people aren't. I feel like this is about you challenging yourself to experience new places, new faces, just to keep life interesting. So you may pick up a hobby during this month, meet new people who actually vibe with your frequency as you are now. These people will become friends for life. Whether it's a course of learning, hobby, maybe it's a sporting challenge that you're up for as well. Maybe it is that you're moving. For some of you, you could have like a destination that you're going to where there is some sort of, I don't know what I know what the word embargo means, but I don't know why I'm being given it. So it could be that there's like an area that you have booked a trip to, and perhaps there is some sort of change in the travel destination, or there's some change there, okay? With the Five of Wands, I feel some of you may be conflicted as to whether you should still go or get the compensation and rebook or something like that. I'm not really sure what it means. I'll always be honest with you. When I can't quite grasp the energy, I'm not just going to make something up for you. But I feel like, there's an energy here of you perhaps rescheduling something that you feel, oh, there's just too much drama there. So, for example, if you're about to go to someone's birthday, for example, but you are really excited about going, and then you find out someone else that you don't get on with is there, and you're like, oh, that we don't get on, and you're not really a friend with that person that much. You don't know them as well as I do. Why did you invite that person? So you may go, actually, you know what? I'm going to catch you the next time round. But you may have like an honest, open conversation with that person and say, why did you invite that person? Just curious. You do know that like this person is always mean to me, so I feel like there could be like a conversation about that. You'll move past this, but I feel like there could be something you're invited to or that you're traveling to that gets changed. And if you're traveling to something, I feel there could be compensation there. And for some of you, I feel like you will return to an event another time if you don't want to go to something now. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That's coming through there as well. Now, the Devil card, okay, it moves on to the Death card. So it's like the Devil card is suggesting that some of you may be feeling stuck, or some of you may be worried about something, and the Death card reminds you that you can change a circumstance, okay? You can identify the root cause and you can transform from it. So there's a lot of growth in a situation. Sometimes when we feel still in life, this is when we're given a moment of pause on purpose to basically spiritually evolve. We are never given change unless it is necessary. So only when we start to feel bored, frustrated, or we feel lethargic, we feel uninspired, that's when a Tower, a Death card, those cards and the Devil card will show up for you in the major arcana. So I feel some of you feel that things have got to a critical stage in your life. maybe something in particular you need to change. Well, this is your month to do it. And I feel like you grow from here, and it's going to actually be very exciting because it leads to the Six of Cups, which basically means a return to better times. Six of Cups is a card where the universe actually comes in and bestows better opportunities, gifts towards you. So I definitely see some really good things coming your way, some celebratory things, something that you will celebrate. August is a month for you to celebrate, is what I see, because that's your starting card. And the Six of Cups also can indicate, with that rocking horse, that some of you are just looking at areas in your life where you're doing a lot. If you think about the nature of a rocking horse, it represents a horse which naturally makes progress. It like gallops everywhere. However, it's stabilized. It's going nowhere. It just rocks back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if you feel like you're going back and forth on something and it just feels frustrating, I feel like you're changing it this month and you're liberating yourself from this stuck situation, and the universe is bestowing a gift for your courage to let go of something that wasn't working for you. Because that Five of Cups is to let go. It is to say, okay, even if I stand alone, I stand in integrity and truth. And I feel that's how you're approaching your month there too. Now also, the Six of Cups can literally represent that some of you may need to go back and forth on something, whether it's like a service provider, if there's something that's broken down or something that isn't working, you may have to make a call and that person can't help you, so you have to make another call, then you're on hold for about an hour and then they transfer you to someone else. There is a potential you may experience that this month. Yes, it's frustrating, but you will resolve the issue that you came to them with. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, Two of Pentacles is the hope and fear position. So of course you're hoping for balance and harmony, which you will have because all the cards lead to that. Your outcome card is the most important. You've got the Six of Pentacles there, which is all about balance. It's all about you utilizing all your resources right now, and the universe sending you something a little bit extra to help you along the way. And of course that card, it can indicate that you're literally looking at reciprocity, who supports you, who doesn't, what you give to life, what you get back. And if something isn't working, you are transforming it and you're taking charge. Now also, Two of Pentacles can indicate that you're super busy and that you must find a little bit more balance in your life. Variety is the spice of life. So this is about working hard, but also playing harder too, having time for you. So I definitely see that for some of you, it's a busy month, don't get me wrong, but you are going to find pockets for yourself there as well. Now we've got the Six of Pentacles, your final card. Expect a nice surprise from the universe. Some of you may actually be given a gift or something for free this month that you are not expecting. It's a little something. It actually just puts a spring in your step there as well, so it's very nice. Also, I feel like financially things are at a level that you're comfortable with, and the Six of Pentacles, this can literally represent bonus or an incentive or some sort of rebate. So it could be that you hear that you get some sort of tax back, and it's going to be a nice little extra in your pocket. It could be that for some of you, you get a good deal on something that you're about to purchase and you actually get to save that money as well. Also with that card, I'm getting an energy of don't forget to gift yourself or make a fuss of yourself, okay? This is about romancing your life in some way to find pockets of fun, which I feel like you're going to have a healthy flow of balance. You're letting go of something that's very toxic in your life. It may be difficult to transform it, but on the other side of it, there is peace, there's harmony, and there is love. So if some of you are looking for love, I would say there is a potential for an ex to return. I see that very clearly there, but I feel like you're letting go of that. I feel like some of you are basically learning to love yourself and enjoy your independent single life. Five of Cups, I feel this is an energy of you basically enjoying your independence, and I feel there is a potential for chemistry between you and a person, okay? I feel right now in the month of August, it feels more like some intense sensual energy where physically you're very attracted to each other, but I feel like it could plateau and turn into something a little bit more stable later on. But August, it feels like summer loving, you know what I mean? So I feel you both end up yearning for each other. but it doesn't become something solid until later on. So let's get your final cards before I close your reading. This month is a deep dive into yourself, where you feel unseen in your life, where you feel supported. This is about honoring your independence, transforming something that's been difficult, and focusing on your goals and dreams. Okay, we just go some more. We have pleasure, of course we do, and we have reaching. So first card we have is defeated. So if something didn't go your way, that Five of Cups is basically saying, you know, yes, we know that that opportunity didn't work out, or that relationship didn't work out. But the Six of Pentacles says, but we wanted to deliver something more fulfilling for you. So we had to remove something that long-term would be negative for you, would be toxic for you. Because remember, the universe, you know, can see the path ahead, and sometimes we can't. So I feel like perhaps there was something hidden later on down the line that the universe were aware of and said, nope, that experience is not right for Pisces. They need something better. Sometimes we accept less than we truly deserve in life. And I feel the universe wants to correct that at this time and send you something greater. And it says, feel nothing is going right, a sense of loss or having lost something or overcome by adversity. And I mean, you did get a lot of challenging cards there. And I did try to explain that some of you may feel like you're not as far along as you'd hoped for. You feel something didn't go right or well. Know that there is better to come. You are being surprised very, very shortly. If some of you lost your job, for example, you came to this reading, know that there is an opportunity coming in. It feels very managerial. It feels like, you know, it's a fair amount of money. It may not be what you were hoping for, but I feel it's fair for the role, and you get an opportunity to staircase in the future, but there is a very solid role coming in for you. We've also got desiring. So this is about you looking for that missing piece and discovering it. It says yearning for something or someone, fantasizing, wishful thinking, a want and a need. So I can't get, okay, I'm being given something else. You get what you need. Is that also the Rolling Stones? Wow. Is this a Rolling Stones date that's important? I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you get what you need. Okay, that's the song that's coming through. I think that's Rolling Stones as well. Wow, maybe, you know, I do know of the Rolling Stones. I'm not like an avid fan, so I don't really know their work, like know it. But didn't they have like a song or an album that was like something for the devil? I'm not sure. But you got two devil cards. So maybe this whole thing is like highlighting that there's a song on that album. I'm going to have to look this up, because sometimes I'm given like little conundrums by my guides. They like to test me as well. So I go off and like scurry away and try and dig out the information and go, oh, wow, that was the connection. I wish I'd known that in the reading, but I didn't. So perhaps I'm going to look that up. Okay. Yeah. So I'm only saying it because you got the devil card twice. I don't see anything super negative here. I see you conquering something, letting go of something that was negative for you, so that you can actually have a more healthy, fulfilling life. And the universe is rewarding you for your courage to let go of that thing and acknowledge that it wasn't for you. So yeah, you're going to get what you need. And I feel it's more fulfilling than the thing that you wanted in the first place. That's what I'm being given here. So we've also got pleasure. Allow yourself to have pleasure. Sensual chemistry with someone. I did mention that there's a potential for a fling. Doesn't have to be a physical fling. It could be just chemistry. But I do see that there is something very sensual with you and someone this month. And if you want it to turn into something a little bit more stable later on, I think it can. But in the month of August, it feels very sort of like in the moment, the throes of passion. And doing something pleasurable, doing something that you love. Your first card is the Four of Wands, which is about enjoying the moment, letting your hair down, and going to invitations or festivals or, you know, art exhibits, or just things that really inform you, fulfill you, and make you feel like excited about the world. Also, we've got reaching. Okay, so, I mean, this can indicate, I mean, there's two hand signals there. It's like hands are out. The universe is bestowing something that you feel like you don't have. It's like, you know, your hand's out, something that you've been hoping for, praying for, the universe is now bestowing. It says here, the moment to act has arrived, reaching your desired destination and carrying out the plan. So I feel like, you know, some really good things coming in your way. Yes, there is success, but I feel like it's hard won. I got to be honest with you. I feel like you're really investing in your life. And yes, it has been pressurized. And I feel, you know, some of you are exhausted, but I feel there's a real breakthrough here for you in the month of August, okay? So I'll leave it there. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune for you. Okay, we've only got one rune. We have the Giant rune, okay? So this is protection. This is a rune that indicates, you know, sudden good luck. And it also indicates that perhaps it's like the thorn in your side, right? It feels very much like something has been bothering you, or it feels like there's a missing ingredient in your life, and now you go seeking or searching it and you find it. But actually you find it because the universe delivers it to you. So also, you know, this rune can indicate trust your intuition, especially if you feel like something is either warning you or kind of like highlighting that something doesn't feel right. Trust that intuition because it will pay off, is what I see there as well. And yeah, I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If you'd like to be in with a chance to win a competition, a free reading from me, all you have to do is write in the comments box below, love is the answer, and I will be drawn by my guides to one subscriber to win a free personal reading. And please keep your notification bell on because I will upload a video announcing the person's name, the winner's name there, and you'll want to have that notification bell on so you can be alerted to the video so you can find out how to contact me to get your reading, okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful Pisceans, and love and light.